Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Light Resonance Portal. My name is Aria.
And my name is Esther. And we are so thankful to have you here because we are diving into what it means to develop a relationship with your soul. And before we dive into this, I think it's very important to define what a soul is because God, if I know, I'm a human, but I also know I have a soul for as long as I know humans to be or living creatures, we have a soul. I believe that there are many living things, and an essential part is that they're connected to God because God is the source of souls. And in a way, that is the spirit and where we find ours within our heart, because our heart is full of love and God is love. And when we think about our heart, it is also controlling our aura. It is also how we are seeing things, what we are emitting. And so when we see this cycling, we're able to really deeply connect with our soul, seeing it as almost our inheritance from God, what we have been given as a human to deal with, the experience that our human body is here because our soul needs the lesson.
Yes. Our soul has a mission. And before I share a little bit more on that, I wanted to let you guys know that this is part of a series that we have about developing your relationship with your body, mind, and soul. And we have a beautiful free offering. It's our soul reset. You can check it out in the description box below if you're seeking a bit of extra support. It's our gift to you. So thank you for being here, whether you are new or whether you've been following us. But yes, I 100% agree that our soul is the aspect of our being that holds this mission. It holds our path. It's like that North Star, right? And what I've been learning and what I've come to understand as well is that the soul itself is that immediate connection to source, to God, oneness, great spirit, however it is you see, like this higher power or the universe, right? So this is that part of us that comes down here and manifests into spirit, manifests into form, to then move through an experience that, yes, holds lessons, that, yes, has us inspired and empowered, and we feel like we have these deep knowings inside of us to go in certain directions, to talk to certain people, to do certain things, to build certain things, create certain things. Our soul is like, once again, that light. However, when we are disconnected, or when people have not awakened to that within themselves, they may feel as if there is no soul, there is no guiding force that is a part of our lives. So if you're here, we know that you are on an awakening journey. So this is about really creating a deeper practice to honor this relationship that you have with your soul that holds, these natural given gifts and this inheritance, like you said, Esther, from source, from God, from oneness, and this beautiful path, this essence that we hold inside. So excited to talk about this.
And I think that's why it's so easy for us to speak in light language, because we see like, we are God's children. We are here for a mission, and a part of that mission is to like deeply accept and surrender to what is His will. And His will sometimes is a hard pill to swallow. That's what I will say. Because right now, there's so much on the earth right now about like when we think about ascension and we think about a universe, we think about like a nebula, we think about a star or a planet and like the life cycle that goes through. We have to realize that this is actually an incredibly like beautiful thing that we are on, life here and now. And our body is here to carry through a mission. And the more we can allow ourselves to be honored by being on that mission right now, and a part of it is just literally just like allowing your body, your mind to surrender to what you don't know, what they don't know. They can't tell you. They're always trying to help your soul. They're trying to help your soul to their death. That is their mission. And you are here to bring life to the earth, to experience life. In whatever way you are experiencing life, you are meant to experience life. And there is deep medicine in that. The earth is such a healing place. As humans, we are experimenting with her in ways that I think we know she would say no. But that is a part of like the deep medicine of knowing about the war that is going on in the different realms, and knowing that this is actually a part of how particles are formed. When waves collapse, they now push upon themselves in that kind of equilateral moment that keeps it like solidified because of the pressure. You kind of need that, but finding peace in the ebbs and the flow, I think that's the most important part. Finally, I want to say that what a soul is, like, I am so curious. If you are out there, if you are a soul seeker, let us know, what is a soul to you? What have you found throughout your research, your experiences? We'd love to know. And also, I'll ask this question for you, Aria, and then of course I will answer as well. What is the one thing that was most significant to developing a relationship with your soul? What is one thing? You know, it could be it could take a breath with that one.
It's a big question, and I would say that, you know, for me, it's been starting to listen to those little nudges in my life, that intuition, that inner voice, the part of me that like never ever gave up on myself when I wanted to give up, when I wanted to just like burn everything down. Like, it was me listening and trusting for even just a moment to that inner voice that said, okay, go do this, go take a bath, go take a walk, just post this one video, right? Just sit and talk, sit and be, let yourself cry. These little things that like allowed me spaciousness enough to reconnect and decide with my own inner power. We all have this power. Of course, we all have a level of free will for sure. But at the same time, we are guided in certain directions for a reason, because there is a purpose and there is a mission here. So for me to be able to practice what it feels like to trust in my own inner listening, to trust that inner voice, and to allow it to become a bit louder in my life, to surrender to that, has been such powerful medicine and has gotten me so far in my life. And I feel like, of course, we could sit and talk about like a million different rituals to like really reconnect with your soul, but it's really like what I've realized, it's like creating that space to even recognize that you are alive, that you are present, that there is spirit and it is alive. Like, the earth is alive, you are alive, there is divinity in it all, and there is more for you, right? There is more for you. There is an essence within you that is literally just here to be exactly what it is, like your specific frequency, your specific medicines, your specific gifts, your specific experiences, your ancestors' experiences created this beautiful concoction that you are. And to be able to create that spaciousness to even recognize it and listen to those nudges to go do the thing that you feel passion in your heart and soul to go do is everything. So my thing is like, hands on the heart, arrive here and now. Like, start to listen to your heart, because your heart becomes that compass. It truly does. It's not just like a cute saying. Like, it becomes that compass for you to align with your soul's path as you choose.
You gotta give this to Aria, because that was period. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Wow. Thank you, Arya. There's like so much deep wisdom, and the heart really is that seed. It is doing what you love. And I know I mentioned this, and I think this has something to do about like the world and the soul and seeing that reflection with, for me, the deepest medicine was like, dealing with shame, dealing with like failing, dealing with trying and falling flat on my face, but also the shame of just being a huge, just anything that I felt like was not, and my soul also felt like, oh, some of the things that I love, why do I feel ashamed about them? And I think as a child, we know what we love to do. And then at some point, we may have felt ashamed doing it. And so we don't want to remember. We forget about it. And we're big and we're grown up now. And we don't care about that anymore. And that stuff is for babies. And the soul is still yearning for it because the soul is like this tender baby, our heart that we hold and we nurture and we like create this whole world for them. And, as a human, that's like, again, our body and our mind will die for the soul because that is their mission. And sometimes when it comes to boundaries, we find boundaries in our soul. Sometimes I think our body may not know. And when Arya mentioned listening, for me, 100% breath. When I was able to really breathe and just focus on my breath, it was like, whoa, I can sense the oxygen. I can sense where the oxygen was through respiration, everything that it passed through down into me and that is coming out. And every cell in my body was from something else. This is all inherited, and this all has a memory, which is like, I like to see God not as a computer and us as players on this world, because God is much greater than that. But spirit shows themselves in different ways on earth. And as a human, we can sense and detect that through like our intuition, through the physical surroundings shifting to remind us of something or to bring light and awareness. And it's up to us to see and to listen. And listening, when you really hear something, you obey it. And this could be like, oh, think of a red tomato. You probably thought of a red tomato because you listened and you heard, and then boom, a red tomato came. So I think the soul is like a place where that's your playground.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And I feel like, yeah, the breath itself, I just want to share, like, the breath can take you to higher states of consciousness, y'all. Just FYI, like, your ability to connect to your natural self, your natural resources, can really allow you to recognize, like, oh, okay, like, me being human doesn't make me any less of a soul. That doesn't make you any less, like, no, it is all, there's no separation. There is no separation here. So honor your life, give love and give life back into your life. What feeds you, feed what feeds you as well. And it's just like, yeah, just really returning to that. I feel like we could go on and on and on and on and on, but
Yes,
once
we
again,
can.
we're gonna stop it here.
Absolutely. Thank you again so much for stopping by, taking this time to develop the relationship with your soul, for opening the conversation, the space. Again, we would love to hear what one thing for you has helped develop the relationship with your soul. And check out the Language Soul Refresh Guide. It's a beautiful series, and we think you'll really like it. Descriptions
Yeah.
below. Totally free.
Yeah, it's below, and I feel like it ties directly into what we've been talking about today, into that remembrance of who you are, of your soul, of your connections. And this series that we've created is completely free. Like, moving through it, we'd be so curious to see like what arises for you as you just listen and receive and remember and go through the experience at your own pace. So it is there, it is for you, and we love you so much. Make sure to subscribe if you're ready to join us on more of these conversations and transmissions to support our awakening and our soul's expression and our connection to ourselves and each other and this life. And yeah, make sure to like as well if this served you.
Better, check out the other videos if you haven't already, because this is a series. So if you haven't seen The Mind or Body yet, check it out. And if so, thank you so much for joining us for the series. We appreciate you so much, and we'll see you hopefully in divine timing, beautiful soul.
Thank you.
You're definitely a real one if you stuck to the end.
Yes, we appreciate you. Goodbye.